Hello and welcome student to our English class. Today we will be learning a new poem from class 7th unit 3 3.1 Tartary. The poem written by Walter de la Mare. In this poem our poet Walter de la Mare has expressed his view in a imaginary way. In a very beautiful way, he expressed all his views. So, before proceeding to our poem, Tartary, let's do the introduction part of our poet. On your screen, student, you can see the image of our poet Walter de la Mare. He was born in the year 1873 and died in 1956. He was the author of many poems in which dreams and reality, fairies and humble nature creatures are delightfully blended. He was educated at St. Paul's Cathedral School. Walter was engaged in business in London for some years. His early books were published under the name of Walter Rummel. His work includes The Listeners, Peacock Pie, The Veil, The Burning Glass, and Winged Chariot. He has also written some novels and stories for children. So, let's see the poem Tartary. About Tartary. Tartary or Great Tartary was a historical region in Asia located between the Caspian Sea, Ural Mountain and the Pacific Ocean. Tartary was a blanket term used by Europeans for the areas of Central Asia, North Asia and East Asia unknown to European geography. The entire area was known simply as Tartary and inhabitants Tartarus. Europeans began to subdivide Tartary into sections with prefix denoting the name of the ruler power or the geographical location. But according to Walter de la Mare, our poet, Tartary is a poem of visualization and fantasy in which the poet picturizes a place called Tartary and wants to be the lord of that place. The poet has got tired of worldly cares and wants an escape from the real world to his self created and unseen land of luxuries. In this poem, he has an intense desire to rule over this imaginary land. All the objects and elements of that place will belong to him, and he will be the sole owner of that exotic and imaginary land. This poem is a very good example of imagery. Now on your screen you can see our poem, and you can see in the image that the boy is standing in a night suit, and in his dream whatever he saw he has written in this poem. So let's proceed to our poem. If I were Lord of Tartary, myself and me alone, my bed should be of ivory, of Britain gold my throne, and in my court should peacocks flaunt, and in my forest tigers haunt, and in my pools great fishes slant their fins athwart the sun. If I were Lord of Tartary, trumpeters every day to every mill will summon me, and in my courtyard blaze, and in the evenings lamps will shine, yellow as honey, red and wine, while harp and flute and mandolin made music sweet and gay. Continuation of our poem. If I were Lord of Tartary, I would wear a robe of beads, white and gold and green they will be, and clustered thick as seeds, and ere should wane the morning star. I would don my robe and scimitar, and zebras 7 should draw my car through Tartary's dark glades. Lord of the fruits of Tartary, here her rivers silver pale, Lord of the hills of Tartary, clean thickest wood and dale, her flashing stars, her scented breeze, her trembling lake like foamless seas, her bird delighting citron trees in purple veil. Poem written by Walter de la Mare. Now let's see the explanation part of our poet stanza wise. Student, this is our first stanza of our poem Tartary. If I were Lord of Tartary, myself and me alone, my bed should be of ivory, of beaten gold my throne, and in my court should peacocks flaunt, and in my forest tigers haunt, and in my pools great fishes slant their fins athwart the sun. New words from this stanza: ivory, the hard white tooth like substance which forms the main part of an elephant tucks and used to make ornaments, sculpture, etc. You can see the image on your screen. Flaunt. Here it means dance in a very particular way so that other will notice. So here you can see on your screen how the peacock is dancing. Haunt. Here it means to leave or visit frequently. So on your screen you can see how the tiger is visiting the poet courtyard every now and then. Slant. Here it means tilted in a particular direction or angle. Athwart. Here it means from side to side in opposition to. You can see how the fish is moving. So let's do the explanation part of our poem. So student, this is the first stanza of the poem. The boy or the poet beautifully imagined about the Tartary that if he would be a lord, means king of this imaginative kingdom, where in second line he is saying myself and me. It means he is the only person in the poem or in dream. So apart from him, no other person is there. In this kingdom, only animals and things. So the boy is saying that his bed should be made of ivory, which is very precious metal. Ivory is nothing but a metal made from elephant tusks. It is very expensive. Most of the men kill elephant for their tusks, and ivory is very expensive in the international market too. So here the boy is imagine his bed should be made from ivory, and the throne where he would sit, it should be made from beaten gold, which is again very precious. Means the gold should be beaten into the sheet, and his throne should be made from the golden sheet. And then he says in his coat, peacock should flaunt. So he wants peacock in his coat. You can see on the slide how peacock is flaunting and moving and dancing here and there. And he also dreamed that in his coat the tiger should haunt, means move around, and he lives in his coat, and every day means he should have visit to his court. Haunted means where ghosts live. You heard many stories related to the haunt, and in second last stanza he says he also dreamed that there should be a big pool where fishes should swim here and there. Fishes mean says fishes fins should outward, means when the sun shines due to the sun rays, their fins are shining and they are tilted. So all this were the dream of our poet and the boy. Now this is our second stanza. If I were Lord of Tartary, trumpeters every day to every mill would summon me, and in my courtyard pray, and in the evening lamps would shine, yellow as honey, red as wine, while harp and flute and mandolin made music sweet and gay. New words of this stanza are trumpeters, the one who plays a trumpet, a wind musical instrument. You can see the trumpet on your screen. Summon means call for invite. Bray to make harsh sound like a donkey. Here the sound is of a trumpeter. You can see how the donkey is braying. Mandolin, a musical instrument with 4 or 6 pairs of string. You can see the image that how the man is playing that instrument. Gay means happy and joyful. Now let's do the explanation part of this stanza. Student, as I told you that this is our second stanza of the poem. Now in this stanza you can see no people or animals were discussed in this stanza, where in first stanza you have seen that he talked about animals, birds and fish. So here you can see what are his other wishes if he would be the Lord of Tartary. In second line he says trumpeter should play the music every day in his court. Trumpeter is a person who play trumpet, an instrument which play when air blows in them. Here the boy is saying that trumpet music is a signal for him that his meal or breakfast, dinner, etc. is ready, and they are calling him. Someone means calling him. They will call him every day. Courtyard means the land which is open place in front of the house or etc. So where this boy is staying, he think about that there will be a big courtyard in front of his palace or castle. The boy wants that there should be the sound of bray. Student, you know the bray, this sound is made by the donkeys. And then he says in the evenings the lamp should shine all around him. He also mentioned the color of the lamp, that it should be glow like a yellow as be and red as a wine. So student, here you can see the boy is comparing the honey and wine with the colors. The boy talks about other musical instruments too, such as harp, flute, mandolin. They will play a music which will be again sweet and make him gay and happy. Now, this is our third stanza of our poem. If I were Lord of Tartary, I would wear a robe of beads, white and gold and green they would be, and cluster thick as seeds, and here should veil the morning stars. I would don my robe and skimta, and zebras 7 should draw my car through Tartary's glass glades. New words from this stanza are robes, dress of the king, clustered bunch, air, Old English word of year, skimta, a sword having curved blades. You can see the image. Glades, an open grassy space in a forest. Morning star, Venus, a bright planet that is visible in the sky before or at sunrise. You can see the image how it's sparkling. So let's do the explanation part of this stanza. Now this is our third stanza. So again the poet had explained very beautifully. The boy dreams. So again the boy is saying if he would be Lord of Tartary, he would wear a robe of beads early in the morning. So here the beads were made from multicolor such as white, green, yellow, silver, etc. All the beads are clustered together, means sewn together. So again the poet is doing the comparison used over here. So in first 4 lines the boy is imagine about his dress up. Here air means air is Old English word which means before, and when means disappear, before morning star. So the boy is saying I will be dress up with my beautiful beads, robes and skimta, means small sword which usually king used to tie up around the waist. He too wants to do such things because he is a lord of Tartary. Now he dreams that coat should be his cart should be run, means driven by zebras, means not by the horse or motorized. So in last stanza he wants his cart should be move in dark wild forest. Yogid means densely forest. So on your screen you can see how the zebra is moving the cart. Now this is our last stanza of our poem Tartary. Lord of the fruits of Tartary, her rivers silver pale. Lord of the hills of Tartary, gleam thickest wood and dale. Her flashing stars, her scented breeze, her trembling lake like foamless seas, her bird delighting citron trees in every purple veil. New words from this stanza are dale, vale, valley, scented. Here it means sweet, sweet smell of fruits. Foamless, here it means water gush out in a foam. You can see in the image how the water is flowing and the foam is made. Delighting means very happy. Citron trees, trees with fruits with orange or lemon. Glen means a narrow valley. Student, as I told you that this is the last stanza of our poem. So again you can see how beautifully the poet want to express the boy dream in this last stanza again. No people or human being were mentioned, but all the natural beauty are mentioned. Student, in upper stanza we have learned that the boy is on his tour through the forest. So now the boy himself considering himself that he is a lord of the fruit tree, and in his fruit garden many fruits were grown. Here in this stanza he talked about the river which is in silver, means silver pale in color, which means the river water which is very clear, and he also talks about the hill in the forest. He says that he is also a lord of hills. He says the hills are glen, thickest, and dale, means narrow valley. So he says again he would be a lord of Tartary where hills, valley, and forest. So when he travelled through his zebra cart, all the forest is filled with fruits, trees, and green valley. The flashing stars, scented breeze. When rivers are flowing, the sun shines brightly and it flashes. You can see in the image many fruits trees or other trees. So they are scented, means smell, sweet smell. When also breeze is there, it smells very nicely and sweet. And the lake are trembling like foamless sea. Here, foamless means the water falls from high up, it gushes, and all air bubbles is formed, and the water is moving continuously. And the bird delighting citron trees means juicy fruit such as oranges, sweet lime, etc. All the sour food which contain vitamin C. On these citron trees the birds are sitting, and they too feel happy, means bird, to sit on all these trees and eat citron fruits. They are attract to them. They means bird. Again the poet says the valley are purple because of the purple fruits, means in his garden the fruits are purple. So because of that means the fruit reflection falls in the valley and the water is purple and they look beautiful. So the poet Walter de la Mare used all use a very creative and imagine mind to describe the kingdom of the boy, what is required in the kingdom, right from palace to eatable. Surrounding area of the palace, hills and valleys, fruits, birds, everything is used very beautifully in this poem Tartary. Figure of speech. Simile, a figure of speech comparing two unlike things that is often introduced by like or as. Examples related to simile. She smiles like a sun. So you can see on your screen smiling sun. So here smiles She means girl smiles is compared to sun smiles. They fought like cats and dog. So you can see again that how the cat and dogs are fighting. So here means their fighting is compared with cats and dogs. Examples from the poem related to similes such as yellow as honey, red as wine, and clustered thick as seeds. Her trembling legs like foamless seas. So in all these three sentences, you can see the comparisons are there. Exclamation. It is a figure of speech in which the exclamatory form is used to draw greater attention to a point that mere bland statement of it could. Example. What a piece of work is man! How beautiful Helen of Troy was! Example from the poem. Her rivers silver pale, glen thickest wood and dale. Her bird delighting citron trees in every purple veil. So student, all in this three line you can see the poet is drawing the greater attention of the people. Rhyming words from the poem. Alone, throne, flaunt, horn, day, bray, gay, beads, seeds, star, car, pale, dale, veil, breeze, trees, shine, wine. Rhyming schemes AB, AB. Evaluation of our poem Tartary. First, find and write the name of the musical instrument mentioned in this poem. Musical instrument in this poem which were mentioned such as harp, flute, mandolin. Second, choose the correct words that means the following. First, gold hammered into a flat thin shape. Answer is beaten gold. Second, show off proudly. Flaunt. Tilt move at an angle. Slant. Across specially in a slanting direction. Athwart. Third, what does the line myself and me alone means? The line myself and me alone means that the poet does not want to share his comfort and the riches with anybody else. He wants to enjoy all the great pleasure of life alone. His behavior looks similar to that of a child who does not want to give his toys to other children. Fourth, what does the poet want to do as the Lord of Tartary before the waning of the morning star? Answer is before the fading of the morning star, the poet imagines that he will put on his robe and take a ride through the dark valleys of the forest of Tartary. He also imagined that 7 zebras will pull his cart down the forest lanes. What does the poet says about his bed and throne in the poem Tartary. The poet says his bed would be made from ivory and his throne would be made from beaten sheet of gold. What animals and birds would be there in the poem? Peacock, tiger, zebra. What does the poet says about the rivers in the poem? The poet says the river might be in silver color. Grammar. Pick out 3 nouns from the poem. Answer is the coat, fins, music. Pick out 3 verbs from the poem. Where, done, drawn. Thank you, student.